Hi, how are you going? Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to do coming up to Wodonga because I haven't been up here for about, since 1989 was actually the last time. And Anna, she said, oh, you should talk about, we've got a bit of feedback here. Go back? Yeah, Anna said, she goes, oh, you should talk about your first marriage. And I said, well, why would I talk about that? And she goes, well, that was pretty funny. And I was like, I'm glad you thought it was funny. But anyway, for lack of better material, I'll tell you about it because it's got to do with Wodonga, or sort of. It was 1989, right? And back then, I was like really nervous. I was like a really nervous kid, like I'd just be like, just shaking. And especially if I talked to a woman, right? Like if you even looked at me, I'd just be like going like that. I was petrified, right? I was 21 years old and I was still a virgin, right? So Dad, he said, I've got to toughen Peter up. I'll send him up to Uncle Daryl's dairy farm up at Wodonga, right? So I came up here and I worked on the farm, right, for a bit. And it was great. It was good, I was working on the land and doing all that stuff, right? But the problem was on the weekends, Wodonga, it wasn't the entertainment hub that it is now. They weren't flying comedians in and stuff, right? On the weekends, there was literally nothing to do, right? This pub was around, but most of it wasn't. And so what I'd do, right, I'd make a bonfire out in the backyard, and I'd just sit there, I'd drink a few beers. It'd just be me and my horse and a few cows, a couple of sheep, and a small grey kangaroo named Kylie, right? And I'm not stupid. I know its name, obviously its real name wasn't Kylie. It was probably like something like that. But back then I didn't speak kangaroo, right? So, and the reason I called it Kylie because you got to remember 1989. I'm a young boy. I'm away from Melbourne. Kylie Minogue, she was at the height of her powers back then because she'd been on Neighbours and she had that locomotion song, right? And like with the right light, with the moon coming down and the flames and everything, if I was on one side and the kangaroo was on the other side, if the kangaroo sort of like went like that, right, from behind it looked like Kylie Minogue, right? So anyway, after a couple of months of being up here in Wodonga, Dad, he said, come on Pete, get back down to the big smoke, right? So I came back, but now I was like really confident, so quickly, like I met this young woman and we fell in love. But as you know, as some of you people know, back in '89, if you wanted to have sex, you had to get married first, right? It's not like today, where some of the younger people, they just like take a photo of their dick or the vagina, right? And you just send it to someone via Instagram, and then you go, you arrange to meet, let's meet out back of O'Malley's, right, and have a quick route on a wheelie bin, and then jump on a bus and head off down to Centrelink over at Albury, pick up your check. But back then, right, it was a different time. It was slower. It was like, you had to take your time, right? So we had a short engagement because I was horny as fuck, right? I'm going to stay up here at Wodonga, right? So anyway, so we had the wedding. That was good, and then we had the reception and all that. And then we went back to the hotel, and then she went into the bathroom. To get ready for prepare for the love making, right? So I thought, fuck, I better prepare as well. So I started getting all the furniture out of the hotel room. I put it in the corridor and the couch and everything, and I put the bed up against the wall. And then she came out of the bathroom, right? And she was looking hot, And she had like makeup, red teddy, and she goes, Peter, what are you doing? I said, what's it look like? I'm getting ready for the love making. And she goes, yeah, but why have you moved all the furniture out of the room? And I'm not sure, but I think maybe what I said next might have ended the relationship, right? Because I said, she said, well, why have you moved furniture? I went, well, I'm not sure about this making love to a woman, but when you fuck a kangaroo, you need a lot of space, right? So, you should have heard the reaction. It was like, get away from me. And I'm like, fucking calm down. And she goes, calm down, you fuck kangaroos. I went, kangaroo. It was one kangaroo. It's not like I'm out there fucking rooting and mobbing them, you know. I'm not some sicko. And she goes, it doesn't matter how many you were rooting. And I said, she goes, I said, it did look like Kylie Minogue. And she goes, well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I said, it could have been worse. And she said, how? I said, I could have been Danny. And she said, look, this isn't about the Minogue sisters. You know? And she goes, you're sick, you should be locked up. And I went, oh, now you're exaggerating, like as if you can get locked up for that. And she said, of course you can. I said, what do you mean? And she goes, it's illegal to fuck kangaroos. And I went, really? Like, since when? And she goes, since the beginning of Federation. And like, you have to remember, this is 1989. There was no internet back then. There was no way I could fact check that, right? But I've Googled it since. It's right. You're not allowed to fuck kangaroos. Right, so anyway, I don't know, after like 1 or 2 months and a couple of restraining orders later, I had to like close the door on that relationship. And but you know what they say? Like when one door closes, another one opens. And that's where I met my current wife, and because she's a lot more understanding than the first one, right? Because she's French, and you know what they say about the French, they pretty much fuck anything, really, won't they? So anyway, that's my set. Now, just to finish, like we're in a competition with Anna, right? I'm in a competition, and like when you go to vote, I know you're going to want to vote for me because, let's face it, a kangaroo that looks like Kylie Minogue, it's going to be hard to beat. But, you know, give her a chance, you know, and she's driving, so, you know, that's my set. Thanks a lot. See you later.
What did you think of that? Give me a clap for Peter. There are worse things I could do than go with a roo or two. Guys, that was amazing. Our next act is self-proclaimed nicer and funnier sister to Peter, and the maker of various questionable life choices meant to make you all learn a lesson or two. Please welcome Anna Murphy to the stage.
Thank you very much, Tara. Hello, everyone. G'day, wodonga. It's so nice to be here because our ancestors and great-grandparents were from around here. So I sort of feel like we're with our peeps. Does anyone actually use the word peeps? Yeah. I'm well aware that I'm far too old to use the word peeps, so let's just move on. Yes, I am Anna, I am Peter's sister, and I know what you're thinking right now. Geez, their parents must be proud. Have a look at their raging agings, putting on little comedy shows around the country in their mid to late 40s. For free. Yeah, see, I think our mum would be less embarrassed by us if one of us got arrested and put in prison. Because that story would be easier for her to tell down at the church rather than the fact that only one of us is married and only 2 of us are straight. We left the gay one at home. He doesn't travel well unless he's on a float. Anyway, who's got siblings? It's fucked, isn't it? I reckon it's physically impossible to escape unscathed by having siblings. Like, he's the reason I'm a Collingwood supporter, for fuck's sake. Imagine this, he held me down when I was 6 and threatened to punch me in the face if I didn't go for Collingwood. Like, that stuff's damaging. Like, not the violence, the Collingwood stuff. Does anyone know how hard it is being a Collingwood supporter and a chick with all her own teeth? Anyway, and being the youngest of 3, I just got taunted the whole time. Like, you get damaging, you know, the nicknames that are so imaginative, like, oh, fat, fatty, fatter, like, oh yeah, unreal. And, oh, anyone a 70s baby? No? Yeah. Okay, so in the 70s, this is a lesson, we used to go on holidays in cars. So for us that looked like 5 people squashed into a Commodore for the 2-day journey to Wodonga. Took 2 days, Dad likes to sightsee. Anyway, so one of the times we're squashed in the back like sardines, the 3 of us, me and the 2 boys, and they get bored, and all of a sudden they start singing a song. They're like, da 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 da-da, 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 and then I start singing, da-da, 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 then Mum and Dad start singing, da-da, 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 and we're all doing this for ages, da-da, 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 till the boys decide to tell us what they're singing, da-da, 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 and there is a big fat pie. I'd been singing my own fat song for half an hour. And Mum and Dad have been singing it too. You know, and trying to get attention from Mum, you know, the youngest of three, and she's a nurse and God's right-hand woman. So she's always out helping people, you know. So this has left me really scarred. And unfortunately, recently I was diagnosed with severely uncontrolled chronic hypochondria. It's true. I think my doctors think it's the worst case they've ever seen. I'm serious. Actually, on a side note, we come from a long line of hypochondriacs. It runs through the family on Mum's side, the lot from up in Wodonga. Apparently, great-grandma, she thought she had polio. She didn't. Her hips just gave way because she'd been the town bike for 40 years. Seriously, there used to be a bronze statue of Nana up here with her ankles around her neck. They knocked it down to put the Wodonga water tower in. Very sad story. It was around the 1900s. We're furious about that. Anyway, being a hypochondriac is not helped by having a mum who's a nurse. Because every time she looks at me, she's like diagnosing me with something. She's like, the other day, she's like, I think you've got fibromyalgia. And I'm like, I think you should shut your face. Anyway, growing up with Mum was seriously like growing up with Nurse Jackie. Pills were like treats. She would medicate us quicker than you could say Child Protective Services, no jokes. By the time I was in my 20s, I was so immune to Panadol, I was taking ecstasy for headaches. I had a migraine once, took a hit of heroin. Anyway, it turns out I'm a stepmom, and it turns out it's not wise to offer drugs to kids that are not biologically yours. Anyway, who knew that? Anyway, I've been Anna Murphy, and, you know, vote for me, I don't know, Peter was mean. Thanks, bye.
Stay here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Comedy Smackdown is done. So now it is time to vote. On my right is Anna Murphy, the amazing. On my left is Peter Murphy, the fucker. Look, I'm an older sister of three brothers, so we all know where my vote's going. But put your hands together if Peter is your vote. And put your hands together for Anna. Oh, let's do that one more time. Peter. And Anna. The champion, Anna Murphy. Yes.
Can I just say one thing? I've been in about 4 competitions in the last year, always to a woman. Like I lose every single time. I do. I'm just on Billy. I'm just on a losing streak.
Stop sleeping with kangaroos.
Women in comedy, yes. You guys, you are in for a treat. To end this bracket, our next guy I met about a year ago when we were both in a little comedy